Hello everybody, it's KaloaGames here today, and today we're building an apartment building. This apartment building I first saw on Twitter and I thought it was a really cool concept because they're like little squares jutting out and the squares are kind of like balconies. I'll insert a picture, but yeah, from a I saw it on Twitter from a magazine called Arc Daily, which I love to see their articles because they have really interesting houses with really interesting architecture from around the world. This apartment building that I'm basing this off, I'm not copying it because we couldn't do that in The Sims. And from what I can see from the pictures, it doesn't have like that separate building. But I wanted this part with the balconies to be all livable space and usable space. So I decided to make the stairwell and the whole entrance to the building through there and have just a small courtyard in the middle there. And we have bridges almost to the apartment entrances, which I really like how it turned out. And in the apartment building I was basing this off, those little squares that jut out were just shades for the windows. They weren't actual. Well, I think some were just shades and some were balconies, but they were outside. But I decided to make it inside because we don't really have like something that would have worked like I wanted it to work. So I decided to just make it part of the living space. I tried to make a nice little courtyard in the center. It's pretty simple, and I tried to use the similar plans from the ones I saw in Del Sol Valley. That's where we're building this. And these get famous windows worked really good because they kind of mirror those squares, but they're not as prominent as the other ones. And I decided to kind of do a gradient to them where there's way more of those windows on the bottom, and then with each floor they're smaller. And well, on this video I didn't furnish anything really. I just put a little I just kinda tried to plan the entrance, but I still haven't done it. So for now I'm just leaving that there. So like kinda to remember that's kinda what I wanna do, like have a counter and whatever. And I decided to use these windows from these were from City Living, yeah, because they work perfectly with the size of the squares I made. So I thought that was pretty cool. And they also have a really cool lattice pattern that the pictures of the real life apartments I saw also had a cool lattice work, but this was kind of the one that gave me more of a similar vibe. As I said, it's not an exact copy. You could probably be way more detailed and try to copy it way better than I did. But I wanted it to be a little bit different. This apartment building also, on all those little balconies, has plants, so I wanted to make it like an eco apartment building kinda. So the idea is that the jutting out squares on top, they all have greenery and plants and stuff. So some apartments even have like little chairs or planter boxes. I did furnish all the outside balconies because you can see them from outside, so I really wanted it to look more finished, more lived in, and not as sterile as they look right now. Also, I think this blends really well into the surrounding areas of Del Sol Valley. I really like how it turned out. Oh, and on the top there, on the pictures, it had like a rooftop living space, like a little area with plants. I still haven't finished that. That will be on the next part. But I think it's gonna turn out really cool. And yeah, I used a lot of palm trees because it is Del Sol Valley after all. I couldn't not use palm trees. And I think they make it look way more airy and light, because since it's such a big concrete building, it can look pretty heavy. Also, I'm not gonna furnish all the apartments on this apartment building. I'm just gonna furnish one because in gameplay you would only be using one. These lots are like all the apartments are way too big, so I'm only using that one that I left blank. The other ones I darkened out. And yeah, that's almost it. Now I'm just gonna do the air quotes landscaping on the balconies. But there you can see that I put the sliding door, so you can actually use those balconies in gameplay if you want. And I put a little railing on the half walls because I thought that was pretty good, safety first, stay safe. And I started to put just like very basic greenery, like just some grass and stuff, but I do change it to have some more variety. I think I cut out some parts. Oh no, just kidding. Yeah, I did show it, how I furnished each balcony. It was pretty quick. I do leave the balconies of the apartment I wanna furnish untouched because I wanted to make sense with the layout inside. So I did leave those balconies empty. That one actually was one of my favorite balconies with the little chairs and everything. And here I put a little cactus garden. I tried to make every balcony somehow unique in its own way. We even make a little barbecue area. And yeah, I didn't put any lights as of right now, but in the next part I do put lights on the balconies. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll leave you with the screenshots. Bye bye.